What's going on, Falcons fans? Logan here. Welcome back to Rise Up Rundown, and if you're new here, welcome. So sorry I missed last Tuesday. I was supposed to upload a video by then, but things got in the way. But I'm back, and I'm super really energetic right now because as I record this, January 2nd, it is my 21st birthday, and I'm so hyped up. I'm in a great mood right now, and today's topic, well, let's just say there was a lot of takeaways from the 2019 NFL regular season, especially for the Atlanta Falcons. So, you could probably guess what the topic is on. 10 takeaways from the 2019 Atlanta Falcons season, and we're going to go over all of that starting right now. The first takeaway is, the team loves Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitroff. Not sure if this one was any secret. The team fought really hard to keep those two guys in Atlanta, and by doing so, they upset the freaking New Orleans Saints and San Francisco 49ers, both on the road. And now, after lots of videos and articles saying why Lincoln Riley should be the new Falcons head coach, or Mike McCarthy, Rex Ryan, blah blah blah. Well, that talk was all for nothing. Dan Quinn is officially staying, and same with Thomas Dimitroff. And to say if this was the right thing to do might be a little too early to decide, but let's hope it is. The second takeaway is, bringing back old players or coaches is not the move. Matt Bryant didn't even finish the season with the Falcons. In fact, he was cut, I'm pretty sure it was before the bye week, or maybe it was during the bye week. I can't quite remember, but all I know is that he did not finish the season with the Falcons. And bringing back Dirk Cutter we thought was going to work, but maybe not so much. Looks like he'll be staying with us for another year, which I'm not a big fan of, by the way. The only former Falcon that we brought back, and it actually worked out, was Adrian Claiborne. He was actually pretty good, but the other former Falcons players or coaches, we need to realize it's time to move on and get something new, which is what the team won't do apparently heading into 2020, so that's not very good. So the third takeaway is, we still don't know if grabbing an offensive lineman in the first round of last year's draft was the correct move. So, defense sucks. That part is clear. But our offensive line was even worse than it was last year. Granted, we had two rookies starting, but still not a good O-line. I had so many people come out of their cave and have the urge to go all the way back to my older videos grading the draft picks we made, only to say, oh, you're wrong, but then again, you're always wrong. We should have got defense. And then after the Thanksgiving game, those comments disappeared all of a sudden. So, sounds to me like there's no winner. The fourth takeaway is, Julio Jones is our best player. And it's not even close. So, this sounds like an obvious statement, but I'm not just talking about what he does on the field. We don't need to go over that. But this dude has the guts to speak after a rough game and tell everyone that they need to step things up and be better than what they are. And the whole team listens to him and takes him very seriously. He makes a huge impact to the locker room is what I'm trying to get at. I truthfully don't believe any other player would have made a bigger impact in the locker room than him. So paying Julio Jones was the right move. The fifth takeaway is, Grady Jarrett is developing. He always was a pretty good player ever since Super Bowl 51. Now, he was never like a J.J. Watt type of player, and he still isn't. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if he ever will be, but he does get better and better every year. And this, by a landslide, was his best year yet. I knew the contract extension would motivate him to play better, and he's only going to get better from here. The sixth takeaway is, we might have a running back problem. So Devontae Freeman isn't going to cut it anymore. That stinks, but we got to let him go. Quadra Allison, who they don't use for whatever reason, but even when he gets in, he's not like amazing. Ito Smith has been kind of meh, and the other running backs are just replacement level running backs. We haven't been good at the run all year, and this was a problem last year as well. I still don't know if it's time to draft a new running back. I want to develop Ito and Quadra a little more, but if that doesn't work out, we're in trouble. The seventh takeaway is, we also might have a secondary problem. Are the Falcons going to release the DBs we have now? I doubt it, but I'd put it into consideration. Desmond Trufant, who I tried to be high on over the offseason, but he's been nothing but inconsistent. Keanu Neal now has back-to-back injured seasons, and that does not sound good moving forward. Ricardo Allen, who I always thought was a little overrated, to be honest, but he was not very good this year, and Isaiah Oliver gets picked on every single game. He did not have a good year, and I'm going to be real here. I don't expect him to do any better next year. Hopefully we see these guys bounce back from a bad season, or we can try and draft new guys. The 8th takeaway is, there's life in this team only when they care. If they're playing big games like keeping Dan Quinn, or to get revenge on Kyle Shanahan, win the home opener, or if we just play against the Carolina Panthers because we always win to them, the team plays at their absolute best. But the problem is, the other regular season games, it seemed like the team thought it was no big deal and they were uninspired to play. I will say though, it is intriguing to hear that they wanted to fight and keep Dan Quinn on this team, and they did it. You gotta think maybe this time it's like a wake-up call and they realize, okay, Dan Quinn is here to stay, now let's take it a step further and prove why we wanted him here. The 9th takeaway is, Younghoe Koo is a decent kicker. I won't spend a lot of time on this because I feel like I've explained my thoughts on him a lot, but look, he hasn't done anything super impressive yet, but for the most part, he's been pretty good in his first year with the Falcons. 3 onside kicks in 1 game, a 50-yarder for the season after struggling to do that his whole career, and overall just lots of field goals made. He's been a decent kicker, but I still need to see more from him. And the 10th takeaway is, an elite pass rush is needed. We don't have a pass rush, let's face it. Vic Beasley has been good this year, and he probably will stay with the team in 2020, but I still am hesitant to call him a good player. He can still be on and off. Now, Takk McKinley, I'm willing to admit he sucks. And I've made pretty clear in my previous videos, an elite pass rush can totally change the game. Look at the Broncos back in Super Bowl 50 with Von Miller, and Khalil Mack in 2018 with the Bears. An elite pass rush can totally change the game, and that's what the Falcons need, an elite pass rush. Let's try and get that in 2020. But that's all I have. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and agree with all of my takes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'll see you guys this Tuesday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern with a new video. As always, rise up.